Okay, should be live just a little bit early. A little bit. A wee bit. Up on YouTube, and we should be up on Twitch. Yep, we are. Yippee! Hello, Leafy. I see you on there. This Mix It Up has yet to recognize YouTube, so I do see you on there. Mix It Up is just being a butt because it always has to be. Hello, TJ. Sure. What is that one and that one? I am in the middle of doing things and stuff. Is this the Pokemon Minecraft mod? Oh, it half is. It is a mod pack that I created with a bunch of friends. That its whole purpose was to combine both Cobblemon, which is that mod, and create aeronautics. Because last week was exhausting. I feel you there. Cool. Yep, it's great stuff. I've been slowly whittling my way at it. And at the current moment, I am working on essentially planning out my current project, my next building that I am going to be creating, which, to be honest, I am liking how it's turning out right now. I'll show you guys in a moment as we wait when we as we wait for people to hop on. I don't think I'm gonna have any friends online to come chat with me. I'm pretty sure one of them is still might be at work. Let me make let me make sure. No, they aren't. I might be working on something else then. Anyways, give me just a few, and then I can show you what I am working on. And you guys get to follow me throughout the entire process as I am doing my thing. Because this is an ambitious project, and it is, in all honesty, technically a starter building, but not like fully. It's a lot bigger than most people would expect a starter building to be, but it's, in my opinion, a starter building just because of what it's meant to accomplish. Does that even look good? Do I need to change the curve here at all? Does that look good as a stair slab? That's looking pretty straight. I'm gonna need to figure this thing out. Okay, it is 1 o'clock. I think it is time to showcase what I have been making. Uh, is it gonna be not this time? Did you make uh? Did I make the model myself or was it a commission? It was a commission. Who was the artist? It was actually Thunderdrum325. You can find her on YouTube, and I think there it is. DeviantArt that she sometimes posts to, but in general, she's a very, very good artist. She actually has a degree in 2D animation. So, yeah, she's been helping me out with a lot of artwork stuff. Let me switch the game over. So, welcome to my creative world. I come to this world to essentially plan out builds and test things out. Right now, I am currently working on the design for my next major project on the server, which actually I should hop over there and show you guys what I have been, where I am at right now. Just for the sake of it. And then I can show you exactly what I have been working on. Here we are! Welcome! Welcome to the Cobblecreate server. What's my thing looking at? It's looking pretty nice. So, welcome. This is the Cobblecreate server. This is where me and all of my friends have been basically just hanging out and doing stuff. This is my section over here, my little starter base. Technically a starter base, despite the fact that it's looking pretty sizable. This is probably gonna become history. Not gonna be my main base eventually, but yeah. But the main thing, let me just show you guys around what has been going on. This over here is Django's base. He's not really... He definitely isn't all that adamant on design work, which, I mean, fair enough to him. This is Foy's base. He literally commandeered a village Pokemon Center just for the sake of making it his base. It was really funny. I don't even know what his current plans are. He's trying to make a flying machine. And he's been doing a lot of design work for that. But he hasn't actually been doing much stuff on the server itself. This base over here is Django's new base. I went with him like a week ago to go and find mangroves. We had to travel all the way over here to find a mangrove swamp. It was quite the journey. So yeah, he's making his base here. I'm not gonna go inside. I spent a lot of my time basically progressing in the game, so I have a lot of I have a basically almost a full set of tools and stuff. My mob farm is up there. It's very I wouldn't exactly say it's rudimentary, but it's definitely one of the types that is just like, whoa, that it works like that, and it does. And of course, you guys all saw my main base over here. And then we have one other person who is actually Thunder. So I'm gonna quickly sleep over here before I do anything else. And then I'll show you guys Thunder's base. Then I'll basically let you guys know what my current plan is, because I have things brewing, things cooking in my brain space. Because now that I've actually done all of the initial work here, those clouds look like they're gonna do that. Not these ones. These ones are fine. We don't have any thunderstorm. We don't have any storms coming in. These are really cool clouds, though. Yeah. Let me go over to Thunder's base, which is a lot easier to do through the... Actually, no. I set a rule for myself that no quick nether travel. Do I have my boat on me? I do. Put that up there. Make the models for the Pokemon. Nope, this is all the work of the mod team behind Cobblemon. Look them up on Modrinth. They do a lot of really interesting work. And it's really fun. It's really cool. Over here is Thunder's base. I don't know if Thunder has been on for a bit, but we'll see. Come on, grab that. Thank you. Yeah, Thunder's base right here. Thunder is definitely the most. It has definitely the best design work out of all of us. This is her little cottage. I don't even think she's gonna be doing much else than this. In all honesty, it's really cozy. It's a really cozy thing. And yes, there are shinies. But yeah, the Thunder makes a lot of really good stuff. So yeah, not just an artist, but also a really good builder. Look at this. Really cozy. Now with that, let's go over to the spot for my current project. This reminds me of cottagecore aesthetic. yeah, it definitely is that. So my current goal, since I have done all of my work to make basically a god set, I have full set of armor. Most of my tools are netherite. I could even just go down into the nether and start blasting it some more after probably going up to the mob farm for a little bit and getting some more gunpowder. But with that, the LOD despawning like that, it always messes me up. I don't know why that side specifically does that, but it does. It's really funny. Now that I have gotten my god set, that basically was my main goal for like the first part of the server. So now that I've done that, I had to start working on getting other ideas down, which it took me like a weekend to figure it out, but I have my ideas. So allow me to introduce you to my current plans. My overall goal is to essentially build an entire region where, using Create and Cobblemon and all that sort of stuff together, create a large area where different buildings do different things, all working together to complete everything that I want to do, and then making other more decorative locations that are going to be more akin to like Pokemon villages, and making gyms, Pokemon centers, all that sort of stuff all around in a very large area. That is my overall goal, which it's going to take a very long time for me to get there. My current goal is to start working on Create stuff, because a lot of the things that I'll need to make like farms and stuff like that is going to need a bit of a foundation in Create. And if anybody knows anything about Create, there's a lot to go over. It's not exactly difficult. There's just so much that you can do with it that it kind of just becomes a little paralyzing, being all like, okay, I have these things. What should I do now? Because there's like 18 different things I could do with them. So I want to get started on Create so I can just have that foundation ready for whenever I need all of those materials. So, in order for me to do that, I need a place to actually do all of my Create stuff. And so, my current main goal is to create a workshop, which is exactly what I was doing in my creative world over the last, like, day and a half. So, let me bring you guys over to where I have all that set up right now. This little section over here, outside of the Western Plains, this whole entire area right here is the Western Plains. We have plans to transform this area. So yeah, it's just barely outside of the Western Plains. I have a little starting shed right here that has some basic stuff going. With water wheels doing fun stuff. I literally only have a mechanical press in here right now. It's really funny. Where do you find the patience? Every time you want to build something in Minecraft, you just switch to creative because you can't be bothered to gather all the materials. As far as something like that, I would say it's a matter of making sure that your goals and the things that you are making are within your realm of focus. There have been plenty of times I've tried to build something that's way too large. The many times that I've tried to create Oblivion Tower has been some of those. Hello, Raymond. Nice to see you here. Currently going over all my current plans right now on the server. This is normal. Everybody needs a hydraulic press in their house. You kind of do in this case. Speaking of which, I just want to, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. I just need to bang. I have plans. I have plans for these iron sheets. But yeah, eventually I'll have a lot more stuff in this shed. But this area over here, that I spent like an hour clearing this entire little area out here for the purpose of making it into my workshop. I'm probably going to need to expand it out a little bit more in a few different directions, but yeah, this is going to be where my workshop is going to be. So with that in mind, being here for the safety, time to show you guys what I have been working on in my creative world, because I'm actually pretty proud of it. It's definitely going to be my largest build on the server yet. Definitely dwarfing both my starter house, the villager trading hall, and the mob farm. Hello, Lightning. Nice to see you here as well. Getting a lot of people in here. Heck yeah. So, creative world. Allow me to introduce you guys to my current design for the workshop. I don't have all the sides finished yet. I just wanted to get the front side down because with one side finished, the rest of it basically will come into fruition. The workshop. It's not finished, this front side, but I am thoroughly happy with how it's turning out. It's gonna require a lot of spruce. Like, an ungodly amount of spruce, because each of these log sections are 2 blocks thick. So that on the interior it's all flat. But yeah. Currently I've been working on this upper curve here. It gives off train station vibes. Yes. That is basically what I'm looking for. It's an industrial building is the entire idea. Your Minecraft builds end up looking like a cardboard box. Don't they all? That's usually how my starter bases usually go. It literally is just I find a place and then just I just go. I just find a place, get the wood that I need. An accurate depiction of what my starter bases usually look like, more or less. It's the wooden box. Everybody loves the wooden box. And big. Starter base. Literally, in creative, that literally only took me like 2 minutes. This is literally what my starter bases usually look like. I usually have them between like 9 and 13 blocks. A 9 to 13 block square with 4-block high walls and then just a roof on top. They're ugly. They're very ugly. It's house functional style. That's better. That's a better description for it. But yeah, just enough space so that I can make storage, have a bed, have a crafting table, some furnaces, and maybe blast furnaces, all that sort of stuff, just to get me started. You don't need anything else. Anyways, so I need to get started again on this. So the current curve let's see here. Let me actually change this to this. What are those sky islands in the back? Those, let me teleport to one. These are Terralith. These sky islands are Terralith biomes. If you know what Terralith is, it is basically, think biomes of plenty, but its whole entire purpose is making a bunch of brain, come on, of biomes with using just vanilla blocks. It has like over 90 different biomes in it. There are even like volcanic regions like this. You got the savannas, plains. You got steppes for stuff like that. You got Terralith Highlands and all that. It's good stuff. It's very nice, and it's a very good mod. I highly recommend if you ever want to get a good type of, yeah, it's one of those things where if I were to recommend a set of terrain generation mods, I would say to people either get Biomes of Plenty or Terralith and Tectonic, which Tectonic is what is driving our world generation in our worlds. Makes a lot of flat plains, as you can see, but then it also creates really, really cool mountain ranges if you can find some. Let's see here. We're here. Back to work. I am going to yeah. This line here is what that line right there is basically what the roof is following. And then I'm adding more blocks onto it to smoothen out the curve and all that. Let's see here. If only we had vertical slabs in our mod pack, but we don't. I will probably going to set it in with some. Is this gonna? There we go. That's too dark. Okay. 2, 1. That line there is what we are following. And I am trying to make sure it looks good. I'm going to start in this section. Let's start over in this section. Too sheer. I think that's going to have to be. You like Coca-Cola or Pepsi better? I would say I personally like Pepsi better, but not in the way that is like ride or die. If Pepsi isn't available, I am fine with Coca-Cola. And I don't care if anybody ostracizes me because of it. This one section right here is the one thing that I'm having issues with. Because do I... is that too thick? I think that's too thick. I think that right there is as good as I'm going to get it. Make my mind up about drawing. I just haven't been putting set too much time into it. But I think this is as good as it's going to get with what I have available, because since we don't have any vertical slabs, if I could use vertical slabs, this would be a whole lot easier. But we don't have any. And I just barely recently updated the entire mod pack for everyone, so I don't want to put in another soon. But yeah, that I think that's just what it's going to have to be. The rest of it, though, looks pretty good in my opinion. It's going to have to be. And that one at the very least was too thick. Go. That. And then it also doesn't have to be this thick on the rest of it. But that curve is looking nice. I think you should move that block a little over there. Ooh, that does it better, in all honesty. That does it better. And then... that? Ooh. Ooh, that puts a little bit more curve in there. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. This works. This works. This works. A little bit. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. So, copy it over here. Adds a little bit more curve into it. Now I just need to replicate this on the other side. So, and luckily I can do that really easily by doing this. Remove that, just because that's going to be annoying otherwise. And if I do it like that, I can see where all the differences are. So, 2, 3, that one, that one. Like that. Is that a copy? I think that does it. I think that is copied over on both sides. So I am actually going to screenshot that, because since both sides are already going to be the same, it won't really matter what happens on either side of them. Down here, those aren't going to have enough room for any windows. Let's see here. Yeah, I dig that. I dig that. It's going to require a lot of industrial iron if I'm going to make these. Luckily, these aren't exactly all... Oh, what is... How do you make the industrial iron? Ah, okay. Just stone cutting it. That's that's easy to make, in all honesty. And then I can easily make glass. Let's see here. So from here. Oh, I can turn this into like a stain of more of artwork or something. I should make it into a stylized emerald or something. A big circular window. Hold on. I think it's gonna be ovular. Ooh, that's good. That's good, actually. Okay, now to look at some panes. What kinds of things do we have that we could put in there? Okay, I'm actually digging that. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Actually, this actually looks really good. I'm really happy with this. Let's fill those in. That's slab. Oh yeah, look at that! Look at it! It's beautiful. Top there could probably be smoothed out a little bit more. So bang bang. That makes it a little too sheer. Maybe. Oh yeah, that does it. Look at that. If that doesn't scream industrial workshop, then I don't know what does. Either that or warehouse, which I'm fine with either aesthetic. Okay, I need to put some of this stuff back. Okay. So I could have this going across. How far back? I think 2 layers back would be good. Which means I can actually make use of this. Cluster. Follow diagonals. Overlay. So how far out do I want this to go? I want this to come out to... Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, I could have this come in a little bit. Let's see here. So I'll probably need to redo some of these over here. Or the fact that this is probably just going to be put in anyways. Like that. And then I could probably have like little bands running across the top of it as well. So those, I want these to run to this section. I can come up with other ideas for these ones here. Will that be too far? Maybe to the halfway point of this one here. Go. I can't believe I've locked in on your build. Yep, this is... I'm really liking this, actually. This is becoming something special. I think that might actually be the play, having it come in that far. The creative world shape, yeah, the world shaper is very useful. Me and Foy use it a whole lot. In all honesty, this kind of works. This kind of works. And then let me go look at my... I need to look at my reference that I'm using. So... I think I might have an idea there. Already having mob things happening. How would I light this place up? That would be a very good question to answer. Well, for now, I'll set it to peaceful, and I can figure out lighting up later. Copper... Bulb. How would I turn... Then we have Abyssal Decor here as well. Do we have any other light emitting blocks in here? Another brass light? with lightning rods for wiring. I'll definitely think about that. Right now, I kind of want to get the rest of this build done. But I like the idea there. Okay, so I want to try and get the rest of this figured out. Making a band like that. Don't steal my rods. No promises. What does my... Hold on. I don't know if that will fit the vibe. Actually, no. Blue would fit. Blue would fit it pretty nicely. Might expand one of these out. I might expand this out a little bit more. Or I could... Let's see here. It'll require a lot of deep slate this build, but I am fine with that. Deep slate is something I can deal with. I am probably... have it do like that. And then I could probably make skylights. This thing's gonna take like 3 weeks of material collecting and building to get finished. You'd be surprised how quickly we can get materials here on this server. You know, especially with some of the stuff that I'm using here. Stone and deep slate aren't gonna be too bad. The most time-consuming part is definitely going to be building. Have the entire roof like that. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm actually, I really like that. So, where do I want skylights on here? I think like 2 large skylights would be really interesting. Okay, how wide is this? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the center. Then most people aren't going to see it from the top, though. Then that might look a little jarring, though. I don't like that. I don't like that too well. Extend it up one. That's looking better. That's a lot better. Then 2. Let's extend this side up while we're at it. Go. It's starting to get pretty laggy on here. How long have I been doing this? Almost an hour. I'd say that's a good amount of time for resets to happen. Too large. Two large skylights right at the start. I think I like that. I like how that looks. I'm gonna do a little bit on this side now, just to switch up what I'm doing. Because over here, unlike this side over here, where it's just gonna be, where it's just this, we've actually made it the Deltarune out of the windows. I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, that's funny. That's really funny. Okay, with this, so yeah, unlike that side where it's just going to be the flat face there, this side is actually going to come out a little bit. How far out do I want it to go? I need... My favorite way to clear grass in creative mode. I don't know what it is with those blue bombs, but they're just good tools. Okay, I need to look at some different references. Do we have... Has anybody created a industrial building that has a side that has a a type of side building? I mean, it could be square. I don't want it to be, though. Lawnmower bombs, yep. What do I got here? Looking through a bunch of different designs here. A slanted roof would be interesting. I think a slanted roof is what I'm going to do there, but how big am I going to want it? Maybe like one of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if that 9. That real quick, give myself a little bit more room. There we go. Lawnmower bombs. I think it extending up into these sections would be really cool. Then it was like that. And that's that little section right there. I think this area over here is going to be either... I'll need to figure out some entrances over here. The fact that this is going to be just an open area is also going to be just generally a security risks when it comes to like mobs and stuff like that, but I can deal. From here... So it was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Spider raises, and now we're gonna introduce all the all new grass terrorism. Essentially. So it goes from here, 1, 2, 3, right there. Hold on. Game's starting to slow down. Let's get back in there real quick. So yeah, you guys are this stream today is all about me doing some creative work, making my workshop. From here, I'll fill in those later. And get some of that area. This is gonna be a lot bigger of a building than I was expecting, but I can terraform as needed. What are you doing down here? There we go. Got some background stimulation on, so you don't mind the Jill stream? Heck yeah. Let's see. So, from here... So, I do need to figure out what my plans are. This main area over here is definitely going to be machine central for all of my create work. Over here might be maybe some assembly lines and maybe storage. I am planning on probably having like a outcropping little walkway around the outer edge along the top area here for reasons that I will eventually get to. So, I think most of my storage is going to be in here or something. Having this space will eventually allow me to do stuff. And then this back here, I'm planning on being like a garage of some kind. To make some designs, maybe do some create aeronautics work. Or have it as like a train station, a place for trains and all that. Because we know we're gonna be trying to make trains and all that. Still, the one thing I don't like, you hate doing things twice. For me, I get that. I definitely have the same idea. Doing things twice seems tedious, but I find it that I'm fine with it doing it in Minecraft because of the simple fact that doing it once in Minecraft allows me to plan out the build, get the rough idea that I want before I actually have to build the thing. It makes it a lot easier and means I don't have to, while I'm in a situation as if, like, in survival, it basically makes it so that as you're in survival, you're not having to rebuild things over and over again. You can do that a lot easier and creative. That's the reason why I like doing it like this. But yeah, from here, let's just extend this up. Overlay. There we go. And while I'm over here, I might as well work on just getting this side up as well. Or is this side 3? No, it is 2. Okay. Then I can do the thing over here as well. Yeah. Make these into like little arches back here. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. There we go. That's symmetrical now, roughly. Symmetrical enough. How tall am I going to want to make this area over here? I feel like it needs to be decently tall. Something like that. I think that should be tall enough. What do my references look like? Yeah, I think that works. I think that works. Now to get out of here. Take a lot of deep slate, but luckily we have vein miner. It's one of the main reasons why it's not going to be too bad. I'm gonna tear down this section right here. Probably do wall shenanigans there. There we go. Then from here, design. What do we got? Slant. I like the idea of slanted roof. And we have the perfect block to do that in the form of deep slate tile. Deep slate tile slabs. Uh, and actually, that's actually kind of perfect there. I think I'm not gonna like having these there though, because of it. A little too much. Okay, 2. What about 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. A little bit steeper gives it a little bit more substance. Maybe I can have it a little bit lower. Looking at my reference again. Where are you? There. Oh, wait. I think I was gonna have it so that there were some power generators over here or something. Maybe there could be connections to stuff like that over here. I'll figure it out later. Let's see. Oh, that's looking better. That's a little bit better. Must go now. Hope this turns out good. I hope so too. This is gonna be one of my biggest projects yet. So a slanted roof like that. You have a lot of room for doors down here. Let's see. Break all this. Then I can easily probably do place those with regular tiles. Then extend this out one. Very easy to extend in that regard. That's on. There we go. I'll just do these first. Here we go. That's the little offshoot. Feels a little too long now. I think this is too long. I think this is too long. Like quite a bit, actually. I like that better. That's better. That's much better. Go. What if you made the roofs trimmed with a lighter color stone? What do we got? I'm not sure about that. The only one I could think of that would probably be good would be tough. The only issue is the only versions that we got are, of course, the polished brick and cut, none of which are all too great, in my opinion. Something like that. I don't like that too much. Yeah. Not a favorite there. But good suggestion. In all honesty, that's useful for, that's useful in a lot of ways. Just in this case, not the best. But yeah, just pushing this in. I think pushing this in is what I needed. It was looking a little too far. But this looks better. Yeah, that looks like a proper side building. So it was 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's already dealt with. The sheer amount of logs I'm going to need for this entire build means it's going to be a lot of spruce that I'm going to need to cut down. Luckily, I have a plan, especially for these ones over here. I actually made the large spruce trees to create these pillars. So that was useful. I like the idea of that stretching across. making like little scaffolding things over here. I'm not sure. And I could use these for simple windows. I like that. I like how this side is looking. This is gonna need more decoration, but it's looking good in my opinion. Probably I could definitely do stuff up there. I could make like a little platform all across there or something. Use the space up here for something, but I'm not sure what. I'll shelve this for now. Keep that right there. Yeah. This is looking good. I can definitely make some use out of this. And now, what do I want to do? I think I want to start designing some of the rest of the roofing here. I will probably moving that a little bit. For what reason? Because I wanted to make a thing in here. What is my plan here? Some people may ask. Because I want to make basically fill this area in over here. I want to make some heavy slanted roofs there. I need to go look at the one thing I was looking at for inspiration. Where are you? You. Okay, hold on. This might be a little too steep. Something like that. I think that works. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. then I could probably have the back flat or something, or like slant down from there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Go. Slanted sections there should make it look interesting. Yeah, that's working. That's working for me. That's working. that. Well, and there's the slowdown. Go back in and everything is fine. There we go. Okay. Been a while since that happened. Yep. I've been trying to limit whenever that does happen. Slowly whittling away at my settings, trying to get that to be as little as possible. There we go. Whatever you did, it seems to have worked. Yep. Just doing a quick reset always brings it back down. A little jarring without like being able to see it more 3D, but I feel like this is working out in my favor. Three sections like that. Oh yeah, I'm seeing that. I can see the vision here. I can see it. And then I have plans. What type? And I could use these. As decoration for like smokestacks. Now that I have that idea fleshed out, I can fill in the rest of this how I want it to. There we go. That side is basically full in now. And from underneath will be all those stacks here. Yeah, I'm liking this. I am liking this. Oh, that's looking pretty nice. I'm probably gonna have to put some windows in those, which I can easily do. That works. I like that. Bigger window? Let's see. No, you're right about that. Yeah, that's looking better. Probably gonna have to decorate these back sides a little bit, but yeah, it's coming together. Definitely looks like a workshop of some kind. I like this. I like how this is going. Be very noticeable from the map as well. What if you throw a curveball and just build a nuclear power plant's chimney thing as the smokestack? Oh, I wonder. I think that would take too much space, too much more space than what I've already gotten. Yeah, that's coming together. I'm liking it. Very, very much liking it. I think good 2 hours of night silliness is starting to kick in, so expect more stupid ideas. The thing is, I think I might end it here. My brain is being thoroughly fried by this. I made a lot of good progress. I feel like that this I feel like this just is a good stopping point. I mean, remember what I've done in just these 2 hours alone. I started with literally mainly this section, and the curve up here, a few of the outlines around here, and a little bit of the lower wall here. I have done so much of this build in just 2 hours. I feel like this is a good amount of progress. It I could totally imagine that there might be some builders out there that are like, I can put that and put it out and put that out in one, and I would say to them, well, you have a lot more time to spend on building rather than me. It's almost like I have other things that I would rather do at any given time frame. So yeah, this just is good. It gives me a good framework for getting the rest of it up. I can expand this out uh through here, and then all I would need to do is just decorate each of these back areas and figure out what I'm gonna do over here on this back end. And from there, that is the general main structure of the entire building done. I am liking this. This was good amount of progress. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Have a bit of a break, probably do some other things. And I would say expect on Friday either more of making this, or actually starting to make it on the server, which will take a very long while. But I am willing to go through it if it means having a nice building for me to build all of my create stuff in. So I can actually start working on larger projects, in the future. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. You guys all have a great rest of your day. May the fluff of chaos be with you guys, and I'll see you guys on Friday for whatever stuff I have planned then. It's great, but I like the house. Functional house. You versus the guy he doesn't. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Oh my gosh! Hold on. Wait. I got the image. This is. Oh gosh, that's gonna be really. I'm definitely gonna make that a meme and send it to some of my friends. Actually, I think taking the image over here would be better. Yep, there we go. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. But yeah, may the fun of chaos be with you guys. I'll see you guys in a few days. You guys all have fun. TJ, make sure you get some sleep. I know, it's getting late for you. Goodbye, everybody.